piece of cake, right?
Today we've got a bit of a twofold discussion. We've got a very small piece of news, information if you will, from behind the scenes at BioWare with the team working on Anthem, and I want to talk with you guys personally, be very transparent about some stuff with the channel. Now honestly, this is a very small news update. Ben Irving, one of the lead producers over at BioWare, announced that they were bringing in some outside individuals for a testing session. And the first day, they sat down and they looked for feedback with combat. They did a combat deep dive, so game mechanics, game feel, creatures, encounter density, gear, weapons, and teamwork were the focus of that test. He made it very clear that they brought in a small group of dedicated shooter players with lots of experience in those areas. So they're obviously really looking to get some outside eyes on the project at this point, start to let other people who haven't been working on the game since day 1, since day 2, since day 50, since day 100, go hands-on with it, see it for the first time, and get that really fresh early feedback. I think that's a great thing to see, and I like seeing the team be really open about talking about this sort of thing. It's not something that gets like blasted all over their front pages. That's probably for the best. I think most people in general don't want to understand how game development works. They don't want to understand the difficulties behind it, and they definitely don't want to understand just how late a project comes together. I think most people would probably have a bit of a personal panic attack if they realize like how last minute game dev stuff really is and how difficult it is, especially in the AAA industry. But it's cool to see, you know, Ben and Mark and John sort of being able to push their little tweets and keep us updated on these sorts of small project things. I mean, obviously, all of the things they're testing with this combat deep dive are going to be really integral to how the game flows and how it feels. You know, these are where the decisions are made in terms of AI difficulty, how many enemies do we put on the screen versus how much health the enemies have versus how difficult they are. You know, these are the balancing factors, the really difficult balancing factors they're going to bring together that game experience, that core gameplay loop for a game like Anthem. And hopefully, you know, doing testing like this is going to give them some massive opportunities to try and get those things as good as they possibly can before beta. And then that's another testing platform where they can then once again look at feedback from individuals, compare it to their own feedback, compare it to in-house testing they've done with groups like this, and you know, get that best possible day one experience. Even if it's not perfect, you know, at least know that they've made decisions based on actual feedback. So I think that's really, really cool. It's cool to see them talking about that. It's cool to see something like that happening. I know, not a huge news thing, but I know you guys are also absolute fiends for this sort of stuff, and you love to know like every little nook and cranny of what's happening at BioWare. I enjoy it too, so definitely something I wanted to talk about with you guys today. Moving on, I'm going to be taking a small break. I'm going to take the rest of the week off, which isn't very much, and I'm going to be back with you guys on Monday. I'm just going to be straight up. I am just hitting a snag in the line, a roadblock right now, whatever you want to call it. I mean, I've been doing this for 6+ years, non-stop. I think the longest I've ever taken off consecutively was actually like 7 days for vacation. So I love doing it. I really do. But I also, from 6 years of doing it, fully recognize when I need to take a mental break, when I need to let my brain recharge, because I've got so many projects on deck right now. I mean, I've got like probably 20 plus videos that are pretty much finished that need commentary or that need outlines or that need off-the-cuff commentaries. I've been doing a lot lately, and I just can't finish them because every time I record something, I'm just not happy with it. So I've reached what is my recognition for I need a break, which is like extreme self-doubt. I like lost my personal confidence. And it comes and goes. It's just the nature of the game, right? You get really happy about your work, and then suddenly you're just like, everything is shit. And I'm at that point. So I need to just take a breather from it all, because if I keep just trying to drive forward, it's just going to make it worse, and I'm not going to finish any of these ideas, which I think are great. But when I'm in the moment, I just can't feel confident in them. So yeah, these next few days will probably be healthy. The problem is, for all of the days I haven't uploaded over the last month, it's not as if I was taking days off, and that's what I should have probably been doing. Instead, I was trying to grind through these things, and then I just wouldn't be able to finish the video. I wouldn't put anything out. So that's how we went from doing like 5 vids a day, 5 vids a week, to doing like 2 or 3 or sometimes 1 even. It's just, I just started to slip away into the realm of despair and self-doubt, and I need to just get back out of it. The funny thing was, All of that kind of came into play when we really stopped getting like fresh Anthem news. And it has nothing to do with, oh, well, Anthem was doing really well for you and now you don't have anything doing really, really well. That's not the case. It was the reality that I had news coverage to make. The thing I learned was that news coverage is something that it's kind of like a stamina boost for my creativity. I don't know what it is about it, but when I have a game I can constantly talk about and give you guys updates on and have just fun, quick, off-the-cuff discussions on my thoughts on something that just dropped, it just, I don't know, dude, it just works for me. I guess, in a way, I've always kind of been an individual who's like that. I like to tell people about the new jams, the new info, right? Some new news gets announced for a game I'm playing, which is the first person to start talking about it with people. It's just refreshing. I guess it's like the purest form of why I started YouTube. So being able to cover Anthem on that level and just to make videos like that was yeah, it was like an energy drink for me each and every week. And it made it easier to do my other projects like Mondays with Mo and to do little reviews and more dedicated discussion pieces on other games, to even do more dedicated discussion pieces on Anthem like we did with, you know, the talk of the core gameplay loop and some of the theory crafting we did with the scars and with you know, the era, the medieval inspiration, if you will. So yeah, I know personally when I need to take a break, and the beautiful thing about being self-employed is that you can take that break, and you absolutely should. So if you're an individual out there who has that capability to step away, to take a break, even if you lose some money, it's worth it. Because if not, you're going to keep grinding, you're going to lose even more money, you're going to lose even more of your sanity. And I think in general, when you do something like that, you really do take for granted the opportunity that you have as someone who is self-employed to take that small break and to get that recharge. Because there are people out there who work for someone, who have a schedule they have to stand by, who don't get to do that. You know, they got to go to work. You know, where they feel more compelled to have to go to work. It's something I've argued with Michelle about when she is, as a teacher, genuinely needed a recharge, because she's just been going for 6 months straight with no break. Even after she leaves work, she's still going at home. I mean, the woman just does not stop, man. And you have to, man. If you can make a way, do it for yourself. Because even just 4 days of not working, doing something else creatively, go work on another creative project. That's how I am. I can't do anything. I can't do nothing, is what I should say. I have to do something. But it helps for me to go do other creative projects, to try new things, even if it is video game related, to try new stuff that maybe I don't release. You gotta do it for yourself, man. So I'm gonna do that for myself. And I will see you guys Monday, hopefully fresh and recharged and ready to rock and roll. And who knows, maybe come Monday, we'll have a little bit more Anthem news. Obviously, end of the month, once again, PAX Prime, the panel that BioWare is doing on the Your Story portion of Anthem is going to be happening there as well. So yeah, we'll have some Anthem stuff to talk about very soon, as I mentioned a couple days ago. And in general, there's a lot of exciting small videos. I want to work on discussion pieces, reviews for things. I want to get back to that stuff. You know, I'm stoked about it, but I just don't have the energy right now to make it happen the way it needs to be made happen. Can you tell? I gotta go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you really enjoy the rest of your week and your weekend. Again, I will see you Monday. Stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive, and I'll see you in the next one.
You have been brought here for a purpose, the most important task of your life.